Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Sarah Lee joining us here today, better known as the Money Mentor. Excited to have her here joining us today from beautiful San Francisco. We're going to talk all about Money Mentor, what that is, and of course, how she can help you. It's a financial literacy company, primarily, as you say, targeted towards kids and young adults. We are excited to learn more about this today. Welcome to the show today. How are you?
Thank you so much. Appreciate you having me on.
Sarah, please introduce yourself to our listeners today to start. Tell us a little bit about this company.
I started out my career many years ago as an educational psychologist, and I got into nonprofit work, started raising money, and eventually became a financial advisor. And throughout time, realized that the way that we teach financial literacy maybe could be improved. I think most people in my experience are afraid of money. They're afraid of the terms. They're not really capable of making good buying decisions as a whole because of that.
Yeah.
And it's not that they don't want to be financially literate, it's that they don't know how. So my husband and I came up with this idea from our production company. We decided to teach kids and adults through cartoons, puppets, games, simulations, and we have a main character. His name is GPB. He has a podcast. So GPB is the guinea pig bank. He's the mayor of the town, Money Mentorville, and has characters, friends, rabbits, bears that will teach these financial literacy concepts. Yeah, so that's the thing. So we basically decided that we wanted during COVID to deliver financial literacy through a means that was more effective than just myself running around teaching people financial literacy, meaning I'm a national speaker and an author. But the problem is I can't get to enough people fast enough. No matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to do that. COVID was perfect for us because it allowed us the time to build out this app. There's about 180 components. So generally speaking, we're teaching a lesson. We have a fun cartoon or a puppet show that kind of gets people into it, a forum to see if they're learning, and then actually simulations so they can practice what we're teaching them before they actually have to use real money. And just to be clear, that's kind of off the idea of paper trading. So when you first teach someone how to trade, traditionally as a professional, you don't teach them how to do it with real money. You teach them how to do it with paper.
Like monopoly money, as we say, yes.
So you get the less risky way to learn. Dilly-dallied in TV, produce some TV. We produce some cartoons, my husband and I, with Money Mentor Productions and Clee Productions, which is my husband's individual company. And that was why we knew this would work. That's why we knew we could make a GPV. He's actually quite wonderful in the sense that he likes to be shy and behind the scenes, but he's been part of at least 3 or 4 or 5 Academy Award-winning teams, meaning he works mostly Marvel movies, but he's worked on movies like Harry Potter, Transformers, Terminator, Star Wars, you name it. So he's got quite the background in visual effects, and he also likes to write, so that's part of it too, is that we sort of have fun doing this anyway, you know.
Talking about Money Mentor, this TV series, where can we find it? Tell us. And again, let's talk more about it. I know you're here to teach those for financial literacy, so give us some examples of it and, you know, the things we are teaching and how it works.
MoneyMentorFreeGift.com would be a great place to start.
I know. That's great. I'm trying to teach my son. Jay just taught him about a mortgage and what it is. He didn't understand the concept, and he's 8. And the whole thing with a credit card. Well, I can't wait to get a credit card. I said, no, you have to pay that back. He's like, what do you mean? I said, not only do you have to pay it back, you're paying back more of it because you're borrowing and his eyes were like, what? So I don't want a credit card. I said, exactly. So we need to learn to save. All you want to do is buy on Amazon. But that Christmas money I'm putting in the bank. You could take a little, but it's so valuable to teach your child at a young age the importance of savings.
Yes. What you just said is perfect. Most kids can actually get on an app, right? They can use money. As little kids, 3 years old, 4 years old, they're already like, I know how to do an in-app purchase. But do they understand what money is? No.
No, they think it grows on trees, yes.
So to your point, to teach what interest rates are, to teach the rule of 72, right? To teach that you have to pay the money back, to teach what some of the words mean. It's really a big deal. And like you said, because your son is illustrating the perfect point, part that I hate to say but is also true is that most adults don't understand it either. I've been an investment banker. I've taught business. I have an MBA myself. I didn't understand money, my own money, until I started teaching this.
Sarah wants you to live beautifully, full of hope, light, love, and success. Find your best life, find your light with Sarah.